Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got some more plays out of my Bucks playbook. I've been pushing this playbook for a little while. Put some plays out from it not too long ago out of the gun tight, which to me is probably one of the best formations. If you watch my gameplays or you follow my channel at all, you know I love the gun tight. I'm all about the gun tight. I'm all about that and the gun bunch. Obviously, these are some of the biggest, most popular formations going back a long time. But to me, without a doubt, the gun tight, especially with the patch that just came out when it comes to like cover 3 and cover 4, you can make some really explosive plays out of the gun tight. I put out a part 1 from this particular formation pre-patch. It still works just as good. I might actually put out a part 1 and a part 2. This is part 3. I'm pretty sure I did put out 2 full parts, but I'm going to go ahead and today I'm going to put a part 4, I guess, out of the gun tight. If you guys want to see all 3 parts of this video in one video on Sunday, hit the like button and I'll make sure that I put all 3 of these into one giant scheme. That video ought to be like a half an hour long, but if you guys want to see that, hit the like button and I'll show you every play from this scheme in the same video. Other than that, most of this stuff's going to be on just my Patreon, the additional plays. And I'll try to put links in the description for all of them. I don't always remember. If you go to the description and you don't see it down there, remind me via comment and I'll be like, oh man, I got to put that in. But without a doubt, like I said, I'm going to show 3 plays, all of them very explosive. These are very explosive. This is a very explosive formation. It has, bread and butter plays like the bench, which I use pretty much nonstop. It's one of my favorite plays. If I don't have a play, I go to that play. But without a doubt, there's a lot of plays in this formation that I use. So I'm going to start off with a play that I already showed, the Bucks seams. I think originally when I showed it as a cover 2 beater, where today I'm going to show it as a cover 3 beater. It's going to be a concept that you can use if you don't have that play and you have something that's similar to the Bucks post right there, which a lot of playbooks don't necessarily have the seams play, but they'll have the post play. You can use this exact same setup, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But first off, like I said, we're going to start with the Bucks seams. We're going to go ahead. We're going to continue to pick cover 3 because, like I said, this to me is it's a defense that for whatever reason is giving people issues, and I'm finding nothing but new ways to exploit it. To me, it's actually even easier to home run. So we're going to start off with that. Before I start the video, though, I just want to thank my new sponsors at MMOXP.com. If you guys are looking to buy some coins for your MUT team, you can do that there, and you can support me by supporting them and buying your coins through them. And make sure to use discount code MONEYSHOT so they know that you came from my site, from my channel. Other than that, let's get into the video. So, starting off, like I said, I'm pretty sure I showed this against cover 2. It's a really good cover 2 play. But today, I'm going to show how this is going to be a really good cover 3 play. And maybe I'll throw in cover 2 here in a minute. But without a doubt, like I said, this play, I've been messing with this play since the game came out. It's definitely very glitchy. It used to be really glitchy in a lot of different ways. But now, all I got to do is motion out this receiver, which will get the user's attention, by the way, which is, that's an added bonus. A lot of times, users will follow the play. And it's also going to play off some of the plays that I show you here in a minute. But that motion should give away, at least your opponent will think, give away where the play is going. Then all I'm going to do is streak the A and the Y route. That's it. Block the running back because obviously I have DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side. I'm sure he'll mess up a play or two. But this is pretty much it. This is all I got to do. I put my fastest receiver at the Y route. That's going to be important. Like I said right there, DeMarcus Lawrence is bearing down on me. That's about the only thing that can mess this play up is timing from pressure. And DeMarcus Lawrence against this offensive line is a bad combination. But if you have just a little bit of adequate time, I'm going to go ahead and slide my protection. I could double DeMarcus Lawrence, but I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will. I'll just double him entirely based off of the fact that he's just going to wreck this entire video if I don't. So, like I said, get a little bit more time, and I don't necessarily want to double him. That was not as wide open. He'll get even more wide open than that, but doubling him obviously leaves me open. So my biggest issue with this play is definitely going to be pass rush if you have an elite pass rusher like DeMarcus Lawrence. So I just have to buy time. But you can see, like I said, this is just an explosive cover 3 seam play. To beat cover 3 now, all you really need is to spread the cover 3 out, have some guys in tight that work the seams, and you're going to see how that works. You can also fade You know, you can fade the Y route. But like I said, one more time, I think I'm gonna have to put Demarcus Lawrence on a double. I think I'm just gonna have to do that, which sucks because, like I said, now I'm gonna have to worry about the left side, and my left tackle ain't much better. So, like I said, you can just see how he's just getting straight pass. I'm bullet passing and leading away from the free safety. By the way, let's go ahead and let's watch the replay. I'm pretty sure I'm going at their best cornerback too, if I'm not mistaken. I think Byron Jones is number 31. Let's go ahead and let's flip that around and find out. Yes, it is. So we have their best cornerback there. He's a superstar. He should be a little bit better. I'm on all Madden too, by the way. I'll show you that in a minute. But he should do a little bit better. You know, sometimes these superstar players can really just be kind of glitchy and do stuff that like normally, you know, normal corners wouldn't do. And you can just see the way this play's set up. I don't know why, but it's because of the route that Evans is running. That you can see he just turns with Evans. The second Evans turns, just takes enough of his attention away and messes up his back pedal that it's that old adage in the NFL, if you're even, you're leaving. And sure enough, we're leaving. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the outside. We're just bulleting and pass leading away. You can see right here when he turns his hips like that, that means that I'm already doing my bullet pass and leading away, which is why he's doing that. So he's got that room up the middle. Like I said, I'll just try to get that in a little bit more. He's right there. Like I said, I got nothing but space over here because that guy, he left his back pedal, or he left his, he had to turn around just because of that route underneath, which is extremely covered, by the way, which makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, he is covered. Why would he be following this? He's got double coverage. I mean, that's extreme amount of respect to Mike Evans to just let this guy hit you for a home run. And then once again, too, this guy here, he's just being split by the two. I have two streaking guys, so he's being split. Now, I can't necessarily throw it over here. I mean, I can, but since that's my tight end, he's not as fast. Typically, that's not going to have as good of a result as throwing to my fastest receiver. So you could go either side of the ball, but realistically, I mean, you can see the safety's he's even a little bit closer to the right than he is to the left, which is what makes it successful. I want him to pay more attention to that tight end, and that way I can throw away from him to get a really big play. But you're going to see some serious separation. Now, before I get back into the vid, I'll just make sure that I show you that it is on all Madden, and I didn't mess with the sliders. I always have to do this. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and let's get back into the play. So I'm going to go ahead and run this play one more time, and then I'll show you how you can pretty much get this play from scratch. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of, you can make this play pretty much out of anything in this formation. So here we go once again. Like I said, he's just breezing by. The next time I show this, I'll show this without the fastest receiver there. I'll have an average receiver there. But let's go ahead and let's flip over to that. So like I said, we have... I'll go ahead and I'll put Mike Evans back, or whoever. I'll just put Chris Godwin back there, who's probably a little bit better if we can get him up. But we're going to switch our personnel around, and now we have Chris Godwin. I don't know if he's that fast, but I know he's faster than Mike Evans. So, like I said, if you don't have that play in your favorite playbook, you probably have something similar to the Bucks post, which is another play that has pretty much the exact same setup. So we'll pick that, do the exact same trick. So this is pretty much the exact same setup. Motion out Evans, just streak everybody, block the running back, and you're going to see I have pretty much the exact same play, just as long as I have the time, which has been a consistent issue. And then, like I said, it doesn't really matter. You don't need Brashad Perriman, who's like a 97 speed to run this. You can have anybody run this. I'll show this exact same setup. You can create this play from pretty much just a base setup. Like, you could take just any tight formation and create this play. It's not specific to this particular thing. What helps, I mean, the route that I had to throw it a little bit early, but the out route that the X route's running really helps. So another play with a very similar concept that I like to do this with is the mesh. I'll go ahead and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is really if your opponent picks up on what you're doing. So let's go and let's pick that. On the previous play, I would motion out the receiver on the opposite side of where the play was going. Where on this particular play, I'm motioning him out on the side that is going this time. So now that I'm motioning him out, like I said, it makes your opponent up. If your opponent starts figuring it out based off of the first play, because on the first play, I'm throwing opposite of the motion. Now I'm going to be throwing it to the side of the motion, so I really have it so I'm not really giving away what I'm doing. So like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to motion out Perriman, going to put him on an out route and then smart route him, and then I can just streak the B route, or I don't really have to be honest with you. Like, the B route's kind of whatever I want him to be, but I find that streaking makes the most sense. And now Godwin's going to be it's still going to be the home run route, just as long as I get the time in the pocket. And like I said, you can see right there, it's the exact same setup as before, but you're doing it to the opposite side, so your opponent can never really pick you out. So I'm going to motion Perriman out one more time. Like I said, it's the formation, it's the spacing of the receivers, it's the route that Godwin's running, really what makes this play a little bit easier to get wide. because of what he's running. And then ultimately I got to get a good pass. but you can see I can pretty much just float it up to my speed receiver. So this last play probably does the best out of all of them as far as pulling coverage down, and that's the PA Bucks cross. Once again, there's going to be this play under different names in different books, but I'll go ahead and I'll pick that at the bottom, and then we'll keep going with the random cover 3. So for whatever reason, this you know, the more movement the better. I'm going to motion out this you know, this kind of stop and go route that's going on. I'm not too sure the name of it, but if I do that exact same thing, put the Y route on a fade just so he kind of gets a little bit further away from the safety, and then streak Howard, block the running back. Pretty much the exact same setup, but watch how the cover 3 cornerback really just takes the bait on that one. I get a bad throw there, but compared to some of the other plays, let's go and let's take a look at the separation. That route probably does better than all of the routes as far as baiting this cornerback. You can see the depth that he gets is nothing compared to other plays where he's probably back another 5 yards, where that route really just pulls it. I mean, he's not a route that's an option at all, but you can see how the spacing works to get this receiver open. Once again, I'd probably be better off having my speed receiver there, but you can see the spacing difference. We'll go ahead and run it a few more times. So same setup, there's nothing really special about it. Like I said, I'm fading Evans though. I just want that little bit more separation, and then, you know, so same setup, ideally. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same concept, only that route does a much better job of pulling that cover 3 cornerback because it has so much work, and then you're just kind of bullet and pass leading away. I really wish I could bullet and pass lead away more. I wish that he was running the same route that he was during the mesh play, which was really one of the better routes. But like I said, you can't really compare when it comes to what that route on the outside is doing. So like I said, I could throw this way earlier too. I don't even have to wait till it gets too deep, but you can see how it gets caught. So ultimately that's kind of an issue. But like I said, you can see there's way more. There's no way that cornerback on the outside there can catch up like he could have in some of the other plays. So like I said, pass leading. If I bullet it, it's kind of harder to lead it outside than if I lob it, because I have more of an ability as far as the pass goes to get it out there. So let's do this one more time. Like I said, I just got to buy enough time that I can just lob it to space. You know, he's catching up there. I mean, I probably threw it a little bit too early. Like if I'm gonna throw that, I probably want to bullet it. So you can pretty much create these you know, this type of home run play against cover 3 against with just about any one of these plays. There's so many different options. So that's it. That's the vid. If you guys want to see more from the Bucks, do me a favor with the like button. I'll do that next. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.